So, as far as our travels go, so you've thrown yourself out of the cup, priest. You've thrown yourself in the way of danger
Mhm.
and taken some damage as a result, and and yeah, this like chunks of this church have crumbled around you. I think in the clearing of I think it's got to be in the clearing of the rubble, right?
Mhm.
There is a kind of yipping laugh from the rafters where the bell from whence the bell fell. Um, like that of a like the call of a hyena or similar. Um, and and prowling down from there, I think we see a creature with a feathered creature with great wings, um, uh, um, perched in amongst the wreckage, and it's gotta be. I gotta translate this into feet because it's gotta be like 15 to 20 foot wingspan, I would imagine. As it claws its way to get a better look at its prey. It stares at you, priest. It has the face of a it has the face and like feathered hair of um of a of a anger filled woman.
Hmm.
Um, but the muzzle of a hyena or similar, um, still with feathers rather than fur that runs down its chest, um, and um, and it cocks its head and sees you, and then it sees you move and groan under the rubble, and all of its feathers puff up, and it growls as it backs up a little bit, unsure as to whether or not you're safe prey. What will you do?
Uh, well,
Party.
okay, the party. Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
I need to flip through the yellow pages. Now, I'm starting to be able to make out some of these symbols on these pages. That last little something the priest did seemed to jar some sense of understanding into me.
It rang a bell.
Yeah.
I think you've seen different creatures and been able to like reference them and be like, yes, well this obviously means a thing with sharp teeth and all these sort of things.
Yes. But now I'm starting to be able to actually read some of these entries, and I think I could be mistaken, of course, but I think this entry right here in the yellow pages, right? It's very dusty yellow pages, but I think right here the heart the harpy hound just wants to be loved.
Cool. What do you do with that? With those, what do you like? You
I,
flip
I
through and
I'm
you get
incapable of showing love, but sword. Um, can we inspire and show love anymore? Are we still capable of it?
Do you actually say that in those words to the sword?
Yes. Yeah. How can we communicate any sense of love when we seem to have so little for ourselves?
Oh, I think there's still love in us, still a scrap left that hasn't been burned away. We wouldn't be on this journey otherwise, would we?
Yeah. Well, I look to you to show us the way and maybe see if we can communicate that to this predatory creature. That's what the Yellow Pages say, actually, anyway. That's the secret of the Yellow Pages.
When this creature is backing away from us.
I mean,
It's
it
not
thought that
lunging
it had
towards
an
us.
easy. It thought that it had made that it had like that it had pinned itself an easy meal, and now that it sees movement, it's not so sure, and it's like, yeah, raising its hackles in a kind of defensive display of danger, making itself bigger.
Hmm. Well, if it's doing that, it's likely that it's afraid. So I think that I will. This is again using feelings rather than words because it's a beast. That the sword will retreat from it slightly and open her arms and sing a lullaby to it. Nothing with words, but just the sounds that are soothing. You know, most
Nice.
animals tend to have that make the same sounds to their young. So it's just kind of a nonsense song with those syllables and a little bit of rocking back and forth and a very soothing, motherly, non-threatening gesture towards the beast.
That sounds like it matters to you how that's received. Shall we draw a
Yes.
hand? Let's have a look. What do I think is appropriate here? I can definitely see that. I can see this. I can also see that. That one I don't think applies. And I can see this one. So I have placed 5 cards into the hand. And yeah, I can see 2 there. There must be a Discord card because it's from 2 different people.
I will throw Stole in because this is part of my creative, impassioned nature.
My soul will certainly be involved since it's actually swaying to some cosmic song.
Yeah, there is a cosmic song. The song of all mothers.
Yeah, I can't do much, but my soul joins with them because this is what I've been preaching.
Cool. Excellent. In which case, are there any further contributions to the hand? Nope. All right. Cool. Let's flip them and read them.
The Singing Sword.
Okay.
I'll just give them a shuffle. Oh,
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought they'd been shuffled already.
That's right. I will flip them and shuffle them again. Yeah, they'll all go into like a center, and then they'll all explode out again. Zoop, and there you go.
Hey, there we go. Ah.
Whose is that one?
That is the wand.
So
as
yeah,
I swayed to the cosmic song.
I think it So yeah, sword. How you and what's your Do you want it to? Is the intention for it to like back off and like, or for it to become and I should have checked this before. You wanted like for it to become like non-hostile and like pleasant towards you, friendly towards you.
I think it's probably a little much to have it be friendly. because it's
That's
a
my
beast,
feeling.
but I think it realizes that we are not a threat. I think it's probably got a nest somewhere here
Mhm.
with its own young. And I think it looks at us and decides that Wand, I suppose, is the parent here. Someone is the parent, and we are in the same situation where there's a parent and young. And so the creature retreats to its nest protectively, but letting us go on our way as well.
Yeah, so it I think it like its growl turns into like a burble that is vaguely in like as a similar kind of sound. I certainly wouldn't call it in harmony, but it is certainly an attempt to show, you know, a recognition of similar song. And it I think it like turns around and like pushes some more stones off of the like bell tower down, not like it's not falling forwards in the same way. It's just some more stones fall as it, like, you know, indicates that like this is a danger area, don't come here, and then snakes its way up into the tower, into the bell tower above you, and yeah, and seems to disappear out of sight. From there is not a lot that that stands in your way as you traverse these ancient ruins. You make your way into the grand center of the what was once this mighty city, and you find a great structure, like a coliseum or similar, and make your way inside only to like this rumbling strikes every minute, every half minute, like a as if lightning was striking within a stone's throw. And you make your way. You will make your way into this building. You will find yourself snaking amongst the many labyrinthine passages among it, and eventually your eyes will blink to adjust as you come out into the center, where unlike the gray and barren ruins, the center of this great bowl-shaped structure will be filled with a verdant garden, and amongst it there will be four figures. One made of the very stone that the buildings are hewn from. One a burning conflagration, setting fire to the unburning plants and trees around it that catch into flame but never are consumed. One lurks languidly in a pond with a small creek feeding it, and then the third, almost impossible to see apart from the debris, the small bits of rocks and dust, sticks and leaves that swirl around it. And as you emerge and blink, you see the figure of stone charge forth through the garden and strike at the figure that cannot be seen, and another of these claps of elemental fury rings out across the stadium. And I just have to check what this. Yeah. And I think as you watch, chunks of earth are thrown asunder, and you have to dodge to not be hit by them. And as this blow is deflected by the figure that cannot be seen, it in turn turns to another, to the languishing figure in the pond, and deals it a similar strike. And this fracas amongst the four figures, seemingly without end, the forest the garden regrows instantly under their rage, and the earth never seems to shorten for stones and rubble. This unending battle continues. What will you do? You're muted, Laurel.
Thank you. I'm looking to the coin, and Tracy, I don't know, has the coin been furious the whole journey from that time that they were furious before? Or did that ever go away?
Oh, they calmed down quite a bit. What with all of the wincing, I think like they're really, really, really sick at this point. So yeah, they are not full of
bluster,
inhuman fury or bluster. They're sort of dragging themselves along slowly,
feeling sorry for themselves.
Yes.
Right, then if the coin is really in this bad of a condition, the sword will stop everybody once they've reached the site of this conflict. We'll turn to the coin and say, this is not something where your usual expertise can come in handy. We need to work together, but you cannot fix this with your blade.
I find that for once I agree with you. And I stand back.
Do you have a plan for when you reach this place? Did you know that this is what you would find?
I think we probably had a vague idea because there are legends and stories and conflicting scholarly views on what was here. So I think we're not wholly surprised when we see it, but we didn't know that this was what it would be. Now that we've seen it, we understand, but we didn't anticipate that this is what it would look like.
Mm-hmm.
If we could unite everything here, instead of having it combat itself, we could end the cycle.
Sword will turn to the wand and say, is there anything in your book that will tell us what to do?
Oh, good idea. Let's see. The pages of the book are falling out. The book itself, it's running out of pages.
What do you mean it's running out of pages?
Pages are falling into the floor. I shake the book, and pages kind of create a little, we're raining of paper.
That's not helpful.
Yeah. Well, I think it's telling us that The book, it's a repository of knowledge, sacred, forbidden, or lost. I think maybe the book is telling us that it's up to us. Priest, I think that's it's looking to our power, not the power of our tools or our items. It's something in our soul that has to come together here. These weapons and tools and artifacts, they help get us here, but I think it's our souls that are going to help us to succeed.
Classic savant. Just wing it.
So I think what I do here is, like, while this conversation is happening, I think the coin will walk down into the arena and stand in front of the stone sword when it swings at the air. No, scratch that, flip that, reverse it. Stand in front of the stone. Stand in front of the between the stone figure and the oncoming blow of the one made out of fire that doesn't quite burn.
Yep, cool. What are you hoping happens?
I intend to take the place of the creature of stone.
Cool.
As the coin.
Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, I can see what you're doing. I just need to, like, what are you hoping happens as a larger...
So there's 4 of us, 4 of them, and they represent the 4 elements, and we represent the 4 elements as, the coin and cup and wand and sword. So, logically, in order to bring about the new age, we will have to, this is a stagnating situation.
Yep.
Like, this situation is stagnating because these players are trapped in this dance. They are repeating the same movements over and over and over again. So
my question is, are you hoping that the dance ends or that it has new dancers?
My intent is to step into this figure.
Yeah, cool, great. Love it.
And my hope is that my companions will do the same. But we'll see what happens.
That sounds like you care about the outcome of this.
I have decided to, yes, care very deeply.
Wow. Let's see what I can... I mean, this is absolutely an option.
I think that by this point, the coin will have realized that they are going to die. Like, their wounds are not visible, but their wounds are fatal. And so that fatalism is going to eventually drive them to a place where they are able to make this sacrifice, where before this journey they would not have.
Yep. Cool. Let me.
Unless anyone else has a better idea.
So yeah, okay. I mean, this
great.
is you're making this is the approach. I have placed 6 cards in the hand.
Yeah. Just to mention, I really like the direction you're taking this.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What will you contribute?
Well, so I guess my soul and
Yep. I can see your talent.
yeah. I think that definitely applies here. I don't think that my blade does.
I'm just trying to remember what
Does
the
it?
trigger for the deft one is, because it's
When you strike at unprepared foes, and I am
oh
absolutely
no,
not
that's
doing
so you get a bonus when you're striking at unprepared foes. As long as you're piercing with accuracy and finesse, then you can use your blade.
I kind of don't think that's what I'm doing though. Like
Doesn't
I'm
sound like it.
no, I'm standing here.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
And like I would like to be able to throw my coin card in as like my whatever, but I don't think that that's legit.
Yeah, it like by the rules, it doesn't like I don't
Yeah.
see the trigger.
Yeah,
it is thematically implied, but it is not. It is not.
Do I have to throw my internal bleeding in
Yeah,
here
you do.
too?
Yeah, you do.
I would like to point out that my internal bleeding is, while immediately a negative, in the long run, I have turned this into a positive if this works.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Like your intention is kind of to get beat up, so I don't think it actually. You know what? You can take the internal bleeding out.
Ha! All right.
Yeah. Other members of the party. I don't think this is gonna work if it's only one person doing it.
Yeah. Well, definitely. When I see the lead that she's taking, I know this is also the point to give everything. So I would throw in my song, which would be represented by my berserking, my soul, and in this case, I think my class, because I'm trying to be heard by spirits, gods, or mortal folk.
Yeah, and you're also hearing what your friend is communicating.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
And I think I do need to throw in.
Here's a question about berserking.
Yes.
Are you using your anger?
Yes, it is a big part of me. Even when I'm trying to bring unity, I am still doing it from a place of anger.
Yeah. What are you angry about here?
That the cycle has not stopped yet. That we have to keep doing this. That there's always a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I like it.
And do I throw my wounds in, or do I not?
Look, I feel like you don't in this one, right? Because, like, a success. A failure isn't really about whether or not you get beat up.
Right.
Cool. Any other contributions?
I think once I realize what the coin is doing, I will not step in front of, but I realize that we need to merge with, command, become. I don't know exactly what this is going to be, but we're going to change these beings. And that's why there are 4 of us. So I think I have, let's see, what's the order to do this in? So I think my soul is that I have this issue where I want my creative spirit to be free of the flesh. So I want it to be burned away. And if I can actually drag this card. So I will throw my soul in. There we go. I
Seeing the
apologize.
sword finally inspires the wand to act and to try to identify the entity that most calls to it, and that perhaps it feels a connection to.
Do we all know which one's a which?
Correct. I'm also using my the amulet, because this is the symbol of authority, which for all this time I've thought is just a symbol of myself and my leadership and me being in charge and telling us what to do. But now I realize that this is not just an authority for us. This is an authority. This is why we were sent. This is commanding these creatures to step into the new age and to let us do the thing. This is the symbol of change that's written on my face, and I will use it to compel them.
Cool. So I've got to put the Discord card in. All right. Is that all of the things? Okay. I will flip these. And then I will oh, come on. Get all of them. Shuffle. And now it is up to the coin. See what happens.
Oh no! Oh no! No,
Who's
no.
Link Link?
You and your companions will step forward, and you will step into this dance. And those that came before you, trapped within their elements, will shed their form and enter into the next world. You and your companions will, in seeing the difference between one another, find yourself picking up their arms and those elements that they left behind, and the cycle will continue once again. This is
No exit.
This is what will happen if you pursue this quest as you have set out before me. You have asked me what the future holds, and this is what the cards have said. Knowing this, will you set forth on this quest?
Yes, because while it's a failure, for me, it's also buys humanity one more cycle.
All four must consent to be bound
Yes,
in their
because I know that the Oracle is afflicted with the same ennui and misery and sense of failure that the entire world is, and I believe that our future will not be as bleak as they're trying to tell us it will be.
I will continue to push the stone up the hill, even though I know it is fruitless. And but I will try to find satisfaction in meeting in the push.
Coin, you have seen pointless sacrifice for yourself. Would you set out on this quest?
I think it takes the coin a really long time to answer this. Like we don't know each other yet, so you probably don't like. You probably have no idea that that's an unusual reaction, which I think is kind of interesting. But they like sit with that for a really long time. And I don't think they go because they can't see the person that they have seen this. They have seen this fortune told, and they have seen that they have seen and believe that they will become this person who can make that decision, and yet they can't. But they can't find that. They can't see themselves in that, and they can't find they can't find in themselves now the thing that makes that decision possible for them.
So you're saying you're the weak link?
Yeah.
Very well. Then the cards are shuffled again. Leave this place and find your own destinies. And that's Oracle.
Wow,
Thank you, Oracle.
That was great.
Cool.
Well, that's what happened.
That's none of the things happen. So yeah. Cool.
Priest did an imaginary die.
Yeah. Yeah, the priest didn't get... Priest, you're welcome to go back to your town and not get beat the fuck up.
All right,
I'm sure
everyone,
someone
Netflix in
will-
my place.
Yeah, exactly, right? I'm sure someone else will go and probably sacrifice themselves to the turning of the four elements. I don't know. Cool. That was super rad.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining me on that today, and thank you for helping Big Bad Con happen. We'll wrap up. What we traditionally do at the end of a show is if anyone wants, we'll go around, and people can say who they are, and if they have any shout outs, things that you think people should check out or anything like that, and we'll finish up. We'll start with the order's all different now. We'll start with Manuel.
Yes, thanks so much, Ash. This was awesome. And I look forward to seeing more iterations of Oracle, checking it out. I had mentioned that I was into Pelgrane Press games lately, but I've actually started running kind of a traditional D&D type game, but using 13th Age that Pelgrane Press does. And I think it's the holy grail of fantasy adventure games. So I highly recommend you check out 13th Age if you want an alternative.
Cool, awesome. It's been on my list for a while of things to check out, which is
like the
very long list.
The link between story games and traditional D&D type games. It really does a good job.
That is the aim, right? To find that sweet spot. Cool. Chris, do you have any shout outs?
Well, first I want to thank you. Also, I want to shout out to everyone who makes Big Bad Con wonderful every year, which is the staff, the players, the GMs, everybody. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all there.
Cool. Tracy, whose house is not on fire?
Yeah, sorry about that situation. That was not anticipated. So thank you for bearing with me on that. Yeah, nothing. I swear, nothing actually caught on fire. So yeah, thank you so much for running this. This was a blast. You can find me on Twitter at Tracy E. O'Brien. And I want to plug my RPG workshop. If you are in the Seattle area, or you're visiting the Seattle area, or you just have a really rad game that you need help playtesting, that's what we do. It is super awesome, and you should come hang out, or just DM me and we can chat about playtesting, because that's what I'm working on right now. So
it's the hardest part of role-playing game design is getting enough playtesting. Absolutely, very valuable. And then finally, Laurel.
Oh gosh, what they all said. Thank you so much for running this. This is amazing. I can't wait to actually read the rules. And shout out to everybody who makes Big Bad Con happen. I have helped run a gaming con exactly once in my life, and that was plenty. So I'm just happy now to help other people do the insane, mind-breaking work of putting this all together and making it one of the best cons I go to all year.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so I've been Ash. I've been your GM and your host. So this is my channel. And so you can find me here on Twitch, but also on YouTube, and Twitter and Patreon if you want to support my game design work, which is all at ACEGIAK, ACEGIAK. Oracle is currently in early access, so you can purchase it to get all future digital copies for a reduced price at the moment. Once we work out what the final version is going to look like, as far as like, are we going to kickstart it or are we going to do print on demand? The main thing is going to be being able to pay for nice pretty art for all the cards. That's the thing that I'm most excited about. But that'll all be, I'll announce that on Twitter and all those sorts of things. But other than that, you can check it out already on my website, acegiak.net, ACEGIAK.net, where it has links to the stores that you can buy it from. But all of my games, while they are in early access, are always available with the full text as like print and plays for free as well. So you can check it out if you want to. If you wanna, it takes a bit to set up in like a Roll20 or whatever, but like print and play is always just a pair of scissors and a printer. So other than that, thank you so much to the four of you for being such exciting and creative adventurers. This has been an absolute blast. This has been one of my favorite sessions so far. And thank you to the people in chat. Thank you to Sean and the whole Big Bad Con crew for getting things organized. And we will catch you later. Bye bye.